Welcome, everyone. Let's raise our glasses to a toast to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Bryan Couts. Okay, first, this is kind of like the movies. I'd like you guys to ask to put your phones onto ringers off. However, you can keep them out to keep yourself self-entertained during this speech. And if you guys have any jokes, feel free to forward them my way. And I'll do my very best not to shed a tear, even though in typical Couts fashion, that's pretty much impossible. My brother, Bryan Franklin Couts, as we like to say to one another, the worst brother. And yes, you are the worst. A few examples. Remember the time you shot me in the back with a bottle rocket? Or the time you held me down and punched me in the ribs again and again until I couldn't breathe? And what about the time you tried lighting me on fire with a match and WD-40? These are all terrible things. Honestly, though, those are the things I did to him. I'll be honest, though, Bryan, you really are the best brother. He once had to give me the Heimlich to save my life. True story. Even though he was the reason that I was going into these suffocation measures. The real reason I tried to off you so many times was because deep down I was always jealous. You got the handsome looks, the sexy full head of hair, and got to keep it. The genius level IQ. Still waiting on the paperwork for that, though. I need proof. The master of Legos. Plays piano, and he can sing Bohemian Rhapsody like Freddie Mercury is living in his lungs. Second only to Steven, cousin here, who can bust out a mean version of Prince's song Kiss. Those were all very familiar. That's the only reason he married the lovely Chelsea. Bryan, you truly are a man of integrity, honor, love, and honesty. You're a comfortable shoulder to lean on, and you would give anyone the shirt off of your back. And that covers a lot. A lot with love. I forgot the pink paper stuff to move the paper along, so I have to lick my fingers here. Alyssa, you look stunning tonight, along with your sister Vanessa. All the other bridesmaids, you look wonderful. Obviously, Bryan won the lottery recently or something in order for this arrangement to happen. I would like to thank Bryan and Alyssa, as well as the Otsby family, the parents, my parents, Jay and Melissa, for this wonderful event this evening. Hope everyone has a great time. Bryan, Alyssa, I wish you guys a lifetime of love. I love you very much. Looking forward to many, many fun memories together. Last but not least, my advice for marriage is this, and my wife would agree. Don't take my advice.
Thank you for being here with us tonight. My name is Vanessa. I'm sister of the bride, obviously. My favorite thing about Alyssa and Bryan is when they let me come over on the weekends and binge eat Chinese food on their couch. And also when we scream, sing Celine Dion and Whitney Houston loudly and really off-key during road trips. Like when they drove with me to North Carolina and back in just 2 days so I could go to the land of Oz, because I love Oz. But most of all, my favorite thing about them is how they've helped shape me into the person that I am today. They beat me to this during the ceremony, but the first time I met Bryan was on their first date. Alyssa decided to bring Bryan to Kilwins, where I worked, and I had no idea who he was or why he was there or why they came to see me. And back then, I didn't talk much. I was really closed off. I super don't touch me, super don't look at me. And Bryan just gave me a big old hug and he said, "I'm gonna hug you until you like it." And I was so disturbed. I thought he was the weirdest person ever. But he kept his word and he kept hugging me every time he saw me. And I kept giving him weird looks. But eventually, over the years, Bryan won. With every hug, he broke off a piece of my shell, and I slowly became the hugger. Bryan, you taught me how to show others I care for them and how not to be so closed off. You taught me how to be more affectionate and more of an expressive person. And Alyssa, you've guided me through life and taught me the meaning of hard work and perseverance. I'll always have your forever friendship, and I don't know who I'd be without you and your influence. And you taught me every time you tell me I'm so weird, what you really mean is you can't live without me. And today, now on February 24th, is their 9-year anniversary. And for me, this also marks 9 years that they've been in my life together as a pair. Together, they've done so much for me, from moving me into my college residence hall, just the two of them, to being there for me when one of my friends passed away. They let me cry on their couch all night and all day. And one of the most important things they've done for me was show me the real meaning of love through their support for one another. One night, I got in my car ready to go home after I was visiting them for the weekend, and they were walking back to their apartment building as I was sitting in the driver's seat. And it was like a movie moment of sorts where I zoned out, and for a quick instant, a scene of memories just started playing in my head of all the things that they do for each other. I saw how Bryan will cook, and Alyssa will just come up right behind him and clean everything, even though he wasn't done with whatever he was using. And I saw Alyssa folding laundry while Bryan fixes all the electronics. I saw both of them just doing their part to make their relationship whole. And I began to tear because I saw how they are so supportive of each other. And I snapped back to reality from my little dream, and I looked up at the top of the stairs, and they were waiting for me to see them and catch their eye to wave goodbye to me. It was a perfect, special moment. And they don't know this, but I drove away bawling and happy, ugly tears, because I knew they would always have each other to lean on, to raise each other up, and balance life together. Now, when I was trying to piece together what I wanted to say tonight, finding the words to tell that story just right was the hardest, because I couldn't seem to compose the words to convey how I saw their love story happen in my mind, yet in front of my eyes at the same time. So I was struggling and editing and re-editing, and then all of a sudden my Pandora station just started playing the song "Stand By Me" by Ben King, and I knew I had it right just the way it was. And mind you, this was Usher Pandora, so I have no idea why that popped in there, but I'm glad that it did, because it gave me the final words that I needed. When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see, no, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. And that's you two for each other.
Has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming to celebrate, and for some of you to participate in the marriage of two very special people. I would like to commend Carl and Angie for raising such a charming young woman, full of life, laughter, honesty, wit, and dedication to all she sets out to do. She is truly beautiful inside and out. And I could only have asked for, and I could not have asked for a more perfect lifelong companion for my son. Thank you, Carl and Angie. Family and friends, and especially Princess and Bryan. Maybe I should stop here and explain something before going on. I'm not exactly sure when, but fairly soon after it was obvious that this young lady and Bryan would be spending a lot of time together. And as I got to know her, it was obvious that princesses were special to her. And as I mentioned earlier, she's such a charming young woman, full of life, laughter, honesty, wit, and dedication, obviously beautiful. Just look at her today. And a princess in my eyes, without a doubt. Henceforth, she would be addressed by me as princess. That said, let me start again. Family, friends, and especially Princess and Bryan. It would seem as yesterday, Melissa and I were bringing home our second son, lots of dark hair, eternally hungry, and such a noisy Slurpee eater, still is in fact, and I was quite proud to be his father. He also provided endless experiences for Jason as to what it would one day be like to be a father, including but not limited to silly baby faces to laugh at, providing baby holding practice, obviously in the pictures out front, a not happy cry or two to deal with, sharing his mother and father, and of course, big nasty diapers to help with changing. And I was proud to be his father. As a toddler and a little boy, it became quickly apparent that a new set of tactics would have to be applied, as the old ones seemed to make him more determined to be his own boss. And he once told his mother, and I quote, "I am in charge of my own life." And I was proud to be his father. As a teenager and a young adult, he astounded us with his intelligence and his determination to gather all of the facts about everything, and also an increasing interest in all things computer technology related, and became our very own in-house tech genius, and I was proud to be his father. Today, I'm also proud of the man I see here, has made this lifelong commitment in the presence of all of you to the woman of his dreams and set out on a great adventure with a princess. Princess, from the first day we met, I knew you were a special young woman, and over the years, as we grew to know each other better, it became obvious that this was so. I will forever cherish the times we would sit and talk, whether it was about your education, events you had participated in, or your next adventure, or trials and tribulations that you were experiencing. It was as if you had always been there as a daughter. We've shared in laughter a lot, and we've shared in tears, but always with love, respect, and a positive determination to push on and live life to its fullest. Today, as the two of you make this official, I look forward to many more opportunities to be, just be a father. Melissa and I welcome you with ever open arms as you are about to be our own officially. There is no secret to a long marriage. It's hard work. It's serious business, and certainly not for cowards. But if you simply continue to accept and express love, you will live longer, be happier, grow healthier, for love is a powerful force. Bryan and Princess, may you find it in each other each and every day.